If he decides to play Mason Mount, then Bellingham's going to be this one playing here. I think he's better suited playing slightly deeper, arriving in the area and in the box. Stuart Pearce here, Tacti Board. We're just going to have a look at lessons we've learnt from the group stages. Certainly the group stage has panned out as we thought it might. You know, we thought we had a good draw and it certainly panned out that way over the 3 games. What I would say is Pickford not been tested at all, but he's done nothing wrong, starting things off with his feet, as you would expect, really good. I think there's been a really good partnership between the 2 central defenders, both defensively and in possession as well. Gareth holds a lot of stock on these 2 starting play. Now, it'll be really interesting if teams work us out a little bit and do a double press on both of those. You know, Senegal might adopt that policy. If that is the case, we talked about the staggered midfield last time out. Declan might have to slide in to make a 3, to play out from a 3. If that is the case and that happens, that gives our 2 fullbacks the opportunity to get high and wide up the pitch. My opinion is that probably, apart from the first game, the 2 fullbacks haven't been as aggressive enough in the last 2 games. And I think when you're knocking teams over, you've really got to be aggressive with your start positions to enable us to switch play from either side and get overloads in the wide areas. So, Declan being the deeper of the 2. In the last game out, well, previous to that, Bellingham had played sort of alongside Declan, which I think suited him a little bit more. Sorry, this was Bellingham. Bellingham had played a little bit deeper alongside Declan. He had licence to get on the ball or arrive in the box late, which is really good for him. In the game against Wales, he played more advanced early on, and I think he found it difficult. I wasn't too impressed with him playing in that really advanced area, with obviously Henderson playing behind him just here. So, for me, it might be a case of Bellingham might have to play a little bit deeper, but given licence to arrive late. I think that he enjoys a little bit more. This is a really difficult position. It's a specialised position, number 10, and to get on the ball in a lot of crowded bodies is a very difficult thing to do. Henderson played in this game. Obviously, he's trusted. He's an old head around the place, gives energy, gives drive, gives leadership, which is fantastic. He gives that drive into this area as well, which overloads this area of pitch, similar to what he does at Liverpool. Really important thing in the fullback areas for us to see Walker back playing. You know, for me, I think the 5, if you like, back here and the holding midfield players are set in stone. I don't think there'll be any surprises. It's going to be Walker, it's going to be Stones, Maguire, Shaw, Pickford, Rice. You know, that's set in stone. Bellingham will play. For me, Gareth's got a slight decision on where Bellingham plays, how advanced he plays. If he decides to play Mason Mount, then Bellingham's going to be this one playing here. I think he's better suited playing slightly deeper, arriving in the area and in the box. Is he going to play Mason Mount? He's the most natural number 10 we've got, I think. Both out of possession, he works tirelessly. He's one of those individuals that goes under the radar. I think England fans like saying, what's Mount doing in the team? Because he's not as silky as the boys on the wide areas. But I think he's got a really good purpose in the team. So the call for me with Gareth next time out, is it Henderson and leadership? Is it Mason Mount, natural number 10? And I would drop Bellingham out of that number 10 slot and let him be more of a number 8, if you like. Someone who can fill in and play alongside Dec to give us a defensive shield, or someone that can arrive in the box. Up front, Harry Kane, written in stone. No problems there at all. It's the wide areas. And I think, certainly in the game against Wales, Marcus, it took him 22 minutes to get turned and run at the fullback. When he did, he burst in the box and caused all kinds of trouble. You've got to do that from the first minute. The proviso to your wide players should be, get turned as soon as you can and drive at the fullbacks. Ask questions of them early on in games. I don't think we've done that in the American game, and I don't think we've done it in Wales early enough. And Gareth alluded at the end of the game to the fact slow tempo playing across the back line and slow to play the ball forward into attacking areas and through the thirds. Now, if it's a problem for the England manager and it's a problem for me, and various other things, the team have got to deduce that, and they've got to understand it's okay playing forwards, backways and sideways between this little triangle of three, but it's got to go forward. And when it goes forward, I always say to these players in advanced area, it's a game changer when you get turned. I work for Brian Clough. The only information he gives to them, when you receive it, get turned. As soon as you turn, defenders have to back off. In these wide areas, Foden, this is his best position for me. I think operating on this side of the pitch is far better than this side of the pitch. First half yesterday, I was a little bit disappointed with Foden. Second half, in his more natural position, played extremely well. So on this side of the pitch, it's Foden or Sterling. That's the judgment call for Gareth for me. There's your choice for the game. On this side of the pitch, Rashford showed in the second half when he was put out this side, he's quite happy to work either side. So this side of the pitch is Saka or Rashford. That's the judgment call he's got. They're the two difficult positions. That's your team selection. What's this done? It's put Grealish, in my mind, further down the pecking order. I think form's shown that. First game, Saka outstanding, 2 goals. Second game, Rashford's played really well. Foden's come in and staked a claim yesterday. Everything a manager wants, they delivered. We've come to a stage now, at the end of group football, everyone's fully fit. The most important thing for me, what I saw from the game yesterday, he gambled, in my mind, on playing Shaw, who's integral to this team because of his positional play, Rice and Harry Kane. He gambled on playing all 3 of them. All 3 of them come through the game. All 3 of them he managed to get off the pitch around the 60-minute mark and rest them and make sure they're right for the next game. More importantly as well, we've got Cole Walker, who played and looked as though he was full fitness. And on top of that, Phillips. Phillips might be critical to us to operate alongside Rice as he did in the Euros to block games up. So those 2 coming back and showing they're fit and ready to fire and ready to start was absolutely essential to us. On to Senegal.